Hello everybody, I have a project to share with you today. We are using this book by Kris Bordessa, and it has a lot of information on colonial times as well as projects. And today we're going to work on this one that says make your own straw tick, but actually we're going to make our own bed instead. Now I'm using this bed from IKEA. We bought it years ago and the platform broke, and so we haven't been able to use it for a long time, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity to fix this bed and do a historical project at the same time. I'm going to drill holes at 1-inch increments all around the frame of this bed. Now later on in the video I'll have another version of this project that you can do using supplies from the Dollar Tree. Alright, so I went ahead and began doing the holes, and then I had my son, who's 10, drill the rest of them. Now we're doing this indoors, so I put some cardboard underneath the bed so that it didn't drill into my desk, and he went ahead and did almost the entire bed, but he got tired at some point and then I finished it off. Now it's time to use string. We're using twine in order to make the bed. Now I thought I could just tape the end and kind of trim it off so that it could become its own little needle, but my holes were too small and it wouldn't fit. So I would recommend that if you're going to try this project, go ahead and drill your holes larger, because it didn't really matter the size of the hole except that these ones were too small to use just the tape, and I had to end up threading a large needle, which is fine. It's just that it would have been easier without having to do the needle. Alright, so now my son is going to go ahead and start to weave it back and forth. And you can kind of see on the outside we're going to go in one side, then across, and then out the other side. Now this part was pretty easy. The only thing is that we needed to move the twine back a few times because I didn't allow enough twine to begin with. So I would just say measure out how much twine you need to begin with before you go ahead and weave it through. And then you want to tie off the one end, and now we're just tightening it all up, and you can see how much slack there is when you just do it without tightening it. So I went ahead and tightened it up, and then I knotted both ends. So now I'm actually going to measure how much twine I need to do the other side, and this worked out perfectly. Now this is the part that's a little bit different than the first time around, and this time you want to go over and under each twine that you already did on the one side. And then you can go ahead and pull it through, and then this is what it looks like when it's all finished, and it really does work. It was kind of cool. Now we're not going to make an actual straw tick, but we're going to do something pretty similar. I have this old sheet that is a fitted sheet, and I went ahead and cut a small piece down so I could make the mattress for this bed. Then I'm going to go ahead and sew up all 3 sides because it's folded over, except for a small, about a 1-inch opening on one side. And now I'm using some wool batting in order to fill it up. Now you could actually go out and use, say, some leaves from an oak tree, but we decided just to use some wool. That way we don't have to worry about little critters. And it basically, I just sewed a little pillow, was how we made the mattress. And this is what it looks like when it's almost all finished. We did add a little teddy bear and a little blanket. My daughter really likes it. She hasn't used this little bed in so many years, so she was happy to have it for her little dolls again. Alright, so here's an alternative way that you can do this. This is a little doll bed that I picked up from the dollar store. This is made out of balsa wood. Now I have to say, for a dollar store product, this was really well made. The adhesive was really strong. It was actually quite hard to get all of this apart. Like it's basically, it was hard to break this toy. I'm using like this little mini handsaw, which is not even sharp anymore, to basically cut the inside out. And then I went ahead and popped out the inside. I sanded down the inside pieces, and then I drilled the holes in the wrong place. So I put them way too high. I don't know what I was thinking. So I need to go ahead and drill them in the correct spot, which I did here. I didn't show you this part of the process since it's really similar to the process from the other bed. Now I'm using a twine here that wasn't a good choice. It kept breaking, but I went ahead and finished this one up. It does not look as good as the first one. there were a lot of pieces that just, I couldn't get completely off when I took this bed apart. Of course, I drilled the holes in the wrong place, but basically the project is the same, and this would be really suitable for a very quick and easy, affordable project. You don't want to go out and buy a really nice doll bed from IKEA and then break it apart. So this is something that you could break apart, and it didn't cost so much to begin with, but it didn't look so great in the end, but at least for the whole process, it was pretty cool. All right, so for more pictures and directions for this project, you can check out my website at pepperandpine.com, and don't forget, you can check out the playlist for all of our history unit projects.